Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my Godfather 2 playthrough. This is part 5, of course. And before I get started, I'd just like to say, if you like the video, leave a like rating, because that helps the video get noticed. And I am trying to do my best for you guys, so hopefully you want me to get noticed and have more views and all that good stuff. And remember, always, if you want to see more, just remember to subscribe. I do post every day. So yeah, getting into the good stuff here. There's a guy on top of this tower that I gotta go kill. So I tell my guys to wait here because the really annoying thing about the made men in this game is that your henchmen can kill them, and it is really hard to it's really hard to not have them shoot, like, just annihilate the guys that you're supposed to kill specially. I mean, especially if they have, like, the level 3 guns and stuff like that, it is just crazy difficult. So, anyways, today I did mention in last video, or my last Call of Duty video anyways, that I did not have a ghost story, and that is not true. I did not remember until afterwards that I do have a ghost story, and I don't know how long it will take, but I just figure I'd get started with that. So without further ado, alright. So, I live in Maine right now. I did not start out living in Maine. I was born in Burlington, Vermont, and for those who don't know, it's a pretty big town. I mean, for the Northeast, it's a pretty big town, especially for Vermont. I think it's one of the biggest cities in Vermont. But anyways, we lived in a house that wasn't in Burlington. It was a little ways out of the way. We still lived in Chittenden County, and we lived next to a graveyard. And it was, I think it was a big military graveyard. It was just a lot of, just dead people. And there were, my grandmother on my mom's side, I never met her, but she refused to stay in my house because it was next to a graveyard. And from a young age, I always liked going in the graveyard because while it's kind of creepy, it was really cool too to, like, read all of the inscriptions and stuff on people's graves, and I fall down there. Your people don't react at all in the scene; they just kind of hover down. But I lived there till I was about 11, so it was about 11 years. And I try to ignore the dog barking in the background. I'm recording at my girlfriend's house, and her dog's a little bit noisy. Anyways, it was it was a house. I love the house. I remember every single inch of that house. And it was right next to a graveyard. So, of course, a lot of people were creeped out. And I never was. I guess it was a little creepy to live next to a graveyard. But, this was a graveyard that you would, like, see every day. It was very well maintained and things like that. And so, but my biggest fear of, ironically, while graveyards don't scare me, one of my biggest fears is the paranormal, because it's something we can't understand, and I don't like the idea of something that I can't fight back against. So, anyways, and that has a lot to do with this story, actually. So, I think I was 8 or 9, and I just got home from school. Me and my brother, we always rode the bus home together, and he had started watching TV, and I was like, well, you got TV to watch, and I'm going to go play some games upstairs, because we had like a crappy computer that ran on dial-up and stuff like that, but my grandmother, bless her heart, had bought me a motorcycle game, and I love to play motocross. So I went upstairs, and it was my first experience, and I opened the door to the office, and there was I can't really say, it was a man. It was definitely a man, and he was very well dressed. It was modern clothing. I thought he was, it's kind of hard to think, like, modern clothing, but he was definitely wearing, like, a suit, and he had a hat on, and he tipped his hat, and he walked across the room and disappeared. He just walked through the wall, and, of course, little children and their imaginations, I thought, of course, my mind was playing tricks on me. It had been a long day at school, and I think it was around that time, but we had a Vietnam War Appreciation Day, and so of course, the nicely dressed soldiers and all that good stuff. And so it was probably uh, a couple months later, and I do have to amend my age. I think I was like 6 or 7, not 8 or 9. Um, I, 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 I usually remember my age off of my teacher. So, and that was Mrs. Tile, I think. Tile, yeah. So I would have been 6 or 7. That was second grade. Um, anyways, my next experience, I think, was when I was 8. So, skip forward a year or so. And it was, I mean, it really was creepy. It was the same guy. And he never changed over, I think I saw him 3 times. But I walked into, my brother and I shared a bedroom, and I walked into my bedroom, and he was sitting on the bed, and he was holding a book, and it looked like he was just, like, the way he was sitting on the bed, it wasn't like he was actually sitting in bed, it looked more like he was sitting in a chair, and the book was, I mean, the book, of course, disappeared with him. We had never seen it before. I mean, I had never seen it before. And so, I mean, he read this book, and he looks up at me, and um, he like does the shush motion. He puts his fingers to his lips, and he starts reading again. So I'm a little older at this point, so I'm a little freaked out. And I mean, it's my parents were never one for the paranormal, so I never told them. I was very mature from a young age, so it was kind of hard to be that mature because I couldn't go to my parents with all my problems because I knew they had problems of their own. But anyways, it was, I mean, and I left the room. I like backed out and I closed the door. And when I opened the door, the next he was gone. Like I just closed the door and then I opened it again and he was just gone. And that was really creepy. I saw him every once in a while. He did walk around a little bit, especially in the basement. There was a laundry room, and we in our laundry room it was a big room, and he'd be down there every once in a while, and yeah, I mean it was kind of weird because he never was like very spooky or anything. It was just kind of one of those things, and like at one point he was it looked like he was cleaning like a kind of a modern era gun. And I mean, my whole thing, what I could guess that what he was a Green Mountain Boy. And for those who don't know who those are, they're trained fighter pilots, and I think they've been training them since World War II. And of course, some of them have been killed, so they've been buried. And they're native. I mean, they call them the Green Mountain Boys because they're from Vermont, and Vermont have the Green Mountains. So, anyways, it was. I mean, it was just like any other day, and he was there cleaning his gun, and I mean, it was never really threatening, but he did really give off that kind of creep factor because he'd disappear, and he kind of had like this hard look in his eyes, like kind of like you see of those soldiers that you shake their hands when they come back. I mean, there's just like the drained, hard look in their eyes, and he wasn't wearing a suit anymore. He was wearing military fatigues. And so I think he was, I mean, I can only speculate so much, but I would estimate that he was like probably 25 to 35, and he looked like a Vietnam era, like 60s. So he was probably one of the enlists that died in the Vietnam War. So that's my ghost story, and it was creepy, and I definitely didn't like it. It's not something that I'd ever want to like see again. I definitely have. I've seen, and I mean, he would always do. I mean, he never said a name or anything, or never did anything. Really, I mean, he'd inch stuff around, like he pushed chairs like aside, so like how you would pull a chair out so you could sit on it. He'd do that. He'd open doors sometimes, like my closet. He'd open that. But anyways, it was just, I mean, it's the ghost story that everyone wants, I guess. I mean, it's not the ghost story everyone wants. I mean, everyone wants the ghost story like chases you out of the house and blah de blah and scares you and rumbles desks and flips tables and stuff like that. But I mean, my belief in the paranormal is that they are embodiments of people, that the impressions basically that are left on this world for no reason. Maybe it was a violent death, and that would fit with Vietnam era, because he would have died in an accident. And why he wouldn't haunt Vietnam, I don't know. Maybe his bones have something to do with it. Maybe he was buried in the cemetery, and I really do have no idea. I do have I mean, it could have easily been. I had a grandfather, or I don't know exactly how he's related to me, but he just was. I called him Colonel Papa, and he was a colonel, of course, in the military, and I think by the end he was actually a major, but we just still called him Colonel. By the end, he had served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and I mean, a very experienced pilot. He flew in planes and told the people when to drop the bombs, so he could have easily had some kind of imprint on something that we had, or because I believe that imprints are attached to places and things, not necessarily people. And just I don't think houses, unless they're very traumatic, I don't think they could be haunted. Anyways, that's all I really have to say about that. So that's thumbs up for my ghost story. I mean, it's not a very good one. I mean, I mean, of course I was younger, so it is a little harder to remember, but it is a lot easier than other stuff because it was such a scary thing. I mean, walking in and see someone else like there who's not supposed to be there. I mean, that scares the pants off you. Just creepy. Anyways, what else? I do apologize for not releasing a Zelda playthrough yesterday. I got caught up watching a movie, and it went a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought I'd have plenty of time to record one, but when it got done and everything was said and done, it was like 11:30, and I was like, I don't really want to record a Zelda right now, so... But I will have another recorded tonight. It is currently 7:09. I still have to get back home, but I will have one up, and along with a Tenchu Z playthrough, another Call of Duty video. So I hope you guys enjoy those. And I have noticed that there has been a jump in the, I mean, not a jump in the amount of views, but how quickly. And so I do appreciate those people who are watching my videos, like looking for them regularly. It does seem that there is a couple more, and that they are very prompt about watching them, and I do really appreciate that, you guys. Remember to leave a comment and like it and favorite it and subscribe if you want to see more. As of right now, I only have 3 subscribers. I might have more depending on if there's any people who keep their this keeps themselves as subscriptions private. So if there are any of those people out there that watch my videos, I do thank you, and I do thank you for leaving your comments and things like that. And message to Lord Grantham. He posted on my last couple Tenchu Z videos. I don't mind shameless promoting on my channel, and I definitely would like to roll with you in Tenchu Z sometime. I've never played co-op before. I've never found a match to actually play co-op before, so hopefully we can do that. But just tone it down a little bit. Post it to every couple of videos. No one really wants to see it on every video, so just calm down, dude. And I definitely will hook up with you on Tenchu Z sometime so we can play. And for other subscribers, late night is not a good time to contact me to ask to play Black Ops. If you see me online, if you add me or see me online at like 12 or 1 in the morning, it's not generally a good time to send me a request to play like Black Ops or 2 or something, because I am probably at that stage uploading videos, so once you start uploading, it turns your internet to shit, so it's not a good time to roll with the average gamer. So I hope you guys can understand that, because you guys get the videos in the morning. I don't think I got much else, so I do hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. This does seem to be one of the most popular ones, maybe because of the boobies, but you never know. And so hope you guys liked this video. Remember to leave a like rating if you liked it, and remember to subscribe if you want to see more. And I don't think I got anything else. This is Reaper of Fear signing off for now.